Get ready for Hornets basketball. The Phoenix Suns making the trip here to Charlotte for the only time during the regular season. The Hornets back at home for the first time in over 3 weeks. Take a look at our starting lineups. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. PJ Tucker, native of Raleigh. Alex Len. Tyson Chandler spent a season playing here in Charlotte back in 09 and 10. Devin Booker, promising rookie from Kentucky. And veteran guard Ronnie Price in the backcourt. For the home team, Nick Batum, Marvin Williams, both been steady Eddie since the All-Star break. Cody Zeller, Courtney Lee making his Hornets debut here at home, and Kemba Walker rounding out the starting quintet. Hornets finishing off a 4-2 road trip. Courtney Lee a big part of that. Coming over in that trade at the deadline, trading deadline with the Memphis Grizzlies. Talked to Courtney Lee. He said he really has enjoyed shooting from this building during his pro career. Hornets have the basketball, wearing their home whites, trying to avenge a nasty loss in Phoenix back in January. Nick Batum throws the pass out of bounds, intended for Kemba Walker.
That was a mistake by Nick, and he called the loss to Phoenix a mistake. And I would agree with him. It's time to right the ship as far as Phoenix is concerned.
Alex Len, they've been featuring him over the last week and a half, trying to see what they have. 7-footer from the Ukraine spins his first shot through.
Trying to let him play alongside Tyson Chandler to get some experience. The 4 spot, Tyson, a very good leader, vocal guy. It's a good guy to have on this young team that's going nowhere right now.
Nick Batum creates space, a little bit short, rebounded by Price. That shoot-around today, a big point of emphasis was stopping the shooters for the Phoenix Suns. They made 19 three-pointers in the win back at their place in January. Ball ripped away. This is Tucker. Up and in. Good start for the visitors.
So far, you don't like what you're seeing out of the Hornets on the offensive end, but the promising thing is that these are all unforced errors. Things that they're doing on their own that they can easily correct.
Price with the block shot. It stays with the Hornets, 15 seconds to work with. And another errant pass.
Wow. Get him out of the way early. It's 3 turnovers.
Hornets averaging just 13 turnovers per game. That's tied for second best in the NBA. But you wouldn't know it by the first minute and a half of the game.
5 possessions. 0 for 2 with 3 turnovers. Not the start coaching staff would like to have had here.
Loose basketball picked up by Courtney Lee. Shown he's willing to do that. Gets his nose dirty. There's no area on the floor that he's not comfortable being at. Kemba can't break the seal. Everything but down. Devin Booker. Long rebound, Len. Fresh shot clock for Phoenix. Last touch by Lee.
Out of bounds, still Phoenix home.
And what a February it was for the Hornets. 7-3. Clearly in the playoff picture now. In transition, Hornets with the basketball. Kemba looking for help. And a whistle. We've got a foul. Score the goal. Chance for the three-point play. Nick Batum. Nick Batum going to the free throw line. As he does, let's take a look at tonight's 4 keys to the game.
Well, I think guys have to get their swagger back, and that's really what they have to do right now. When you're away from home a long time, I know, Eric, you will probably walk in your house with some swag. Guys need to come back here and show this is our house, take care of it.
Well, setting the tone early is important, and the Hornets have struggled to do that. 2.5 minutes gone by. They still haven't found their good rhythm. It's not too late, though, to set the tone for this game.
Bad pass, trying to feed it into Tyson Chandler. And a turnover from Phoenix.
Here come your Hornets.
Phoenix, they've lost their last 15 consecutive road games. Kemba, no. Rebound, Cody Zeller. Marvin bottled it, still able to regain possession and score.
Cody. Sorry, Steph. Nice follow right there. And with the court spread, finds Marvin for a nice layup. Marvin on the move.
I just loved how his game has progressed. Cody Zeller has also become a facilitator now, not just someone who can score on the offensive end.
Rip away, steal by Courtney Lee. Lee gets it back. Batum has Tucker on him. Nobody stopping the ball. Courtney Lee got to the rim, just missed with the left hand. Suns have turned it over. Last 3 times they've been down on this end of the floor. Tucker, offensive rebound. And he'll go to the free throw line. This is an important game for P.J. Tucker, 5th-year pro out of Texas, now 30 years of age. He is from Raleigh. I'm told that he left 50 tickets to tonight's game for friends and family.
It's very generous of him.
Means you're going to get, and he's always been this way, but you're going to get an extra high energy play out of P.J. Tucker. Spend that amount of money on some tickets. Going to play well.
I don't think I know 50 people if I were playing that I would leave tickets for.
I wish I could say that.
You're a whole nother level, Dell.
Nick Batum. It's the jumper. That's a 3-pointer for Nick. He's got 6 of the 8 for Charlotte.
This crowd's getting a little more energetic. They can help fuel these Hornets.
Illegal screen set by Tyson Chandler. Veteran should have known better.
Offensive foul. Charging the Suns, number 4, Tyson Chandler. That's his first personal foul.
Still scooting.
On the pass.
Chandler still scooting over to get Kemba Walker. That was a good call.
Tyson Chandler spending the 09-10 season here in Charlotte. One of his 15 years in the NBA. Nick looking for 2 in a row. Phoenix playing without Eric Bledsoe, out for the year with a knee injury. No Brandon Knight, dealing with a sports hernia. TJ Warren, really coming of age. He's going to be out for the rest of the year with a right foot fracture. Just discovering the Suns have been very friendly to the NC State player over the years. Kemba Walker gets it to go. TJ Warren, Vinny Del Negro, Tom Gugliotta, all Phoenix Suns.
Kemba's going to be able to get this all night long. Phoenix averaged up 107 a game, so you're going to get shots. Charlotte knows they can knock those shots down. Just got to get comfortable getting on your home floor.
2 free throws for Devin Booker. First one goes begging. Booker still 19 years of age. Never started a game last season as a collegiate, playing for the Kentucky Wildcats. Now in the starting lineup for the Phoenix Suns.
38% from 3.
Hornets lead is 4, in large part because of the work of Nick Batum. No shot, wave it off. Cody Zeller is fouled before he was able to aim it towards the rim.
I mean, he had to make that foul. You see, Zeller has great post position, undersized defender. Got a foul.
First substitution for either side Phil Pressey comes on. Pressey replacing Ronnie Price.
Number 25, Phil Pressey.
Phil Pressey, second generation NBA player. His father, Paul Pressey, was known as a point forward in his time with the Milwaukee Bucks. Kemba Walker up and through. 2 more for Kemba.
I like the way that looks. Kemba Walker coming off of a not so impressive game, scoring in single digits the last time out. Only his 3rd time this season scoring in single digits, and the good news is he always rebounds. He hasn't had 2 consecutive.
Marvin pokes it away. Nick with a full head of steam. Halfway through our first quarter. Cody Zeller with 2 hands. Get the assist to Kemba Walker. Yeah, that'll get the fans up on their feet. Something to shout about. A sluggish start for the Hornets, but things have changed around over the last couple of minutes. Kemba Walker get the folks enthused. Gorgeous pass. Cody Zeller with nothing to do.
Charlotte Hornets basketball is brought to you by Novant Health, by Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte, and by CPI Security.
Hornets overcoming a slow start. They have taken a lead of 8 against the Phoenix Suns, 14-6. Halfway through our first quarter. Tonight's Inactive List brought to you by Novant Health. Spencer Hawes still not able to put on the uniform and help the team, dealing with that lower back injury. They expect to get him back at some point in the season. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out for the year with a shoulder injury. Difficult days for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to get him back playing well and then have his season come to an end. Price, long jumper, no rebound. And Al Jefferson, welcome back, Al. First game here in this building since coming back from his knee surgery. Al. Nick Batum, the tap home.
Big Al making his presence felt immediately defensively, just pushing Len away from his shot, out of the paint, his comfort zone.
Long rebound, Kemba's got it. 1 man to beat, it's Devin Booker. Kemba, scoring! Oh, a gorgeous move in the open floor. Run for the Hornets.
Second straight possession where Len has had to pass the ball out of the post because Jefferson is not giving him any room to make his move toward the rim.
Kemba. Three-pointer. Didn't make a 3 in the game on Sunday in Atlanta. It's good to see that back part of his game.
Feeling it. In the open floor, behind the back, hang, hit it off the glass. Next possession. Little delayed break. Wait for the pick and roll. Phoenix has no answer how to cover it. Kemba knocks it down right here. Big Al. Step out. Set it down. Kemba Walker rise. Knocks down another 3. Charlotte up big here in the first.
Rugrats' very popular animated series on Nickelodeon. I watched it quite regularly. And look who else is in the Heezy. If we were at the stadium, what would they be saying right now?
Lou!
We didn't rehearse that, I promise. Nicely done.
Also the game number 20, Archie Goodwin. In the game, the Hornets rank 7.
Jeremy Lin into the game for the first time. Substitutions for Phoenix as well. Archie Goodwin just checked into the game. He throws it off the window and in.
Archie Goodwin.
Third-year pro out of Kentucky. Also checking into the game, Mirza Teletovic. He can really stroke it.
Yeah, no open space for Teletovic. He has been hot recently.
Jefferson working against Len.
Teletovic's last 5 games, he's made almost 4 threes a game.
Al missed it inside, hits the deck, so this will be a 5-on-4 for Phoenix. Open man is Price. Suns can't make the Hornets pay. Kemba! Scoring, and he's fouled! Just wanted it more.
Loose ball, Jeremy Lin taps it, chases it down and hits ahead to his teammate. Kemba Walker turns the Jets on. Still able to finish with contact. I like Jeremy Lin's decision. You have a teammate ahead of you, hit the ball ahead immediately. Don't waste time, make the defense react.
We've seen Kemba use the left hand a lot recently. Finish around the rim, and I like that. Just a subtle move to his right. Get the contact because he knows he's got a sweet left right now.
Go ahead and winning shot in Indiana a couple of days ago with the left hand.
Kemba Walker already topping his total production from the last game in Atlanta. He had 9. He's got 10 here in the first quarter. Oh, sorry, he's got 12. Our stat monitor was incorrect. Either way, he's top 9.
Yeah, he is. He's got more than the Phoenix Suns do as well. Offensive rebound, Kemba Walker, and he's fouled. He was in the act of shooting. He grabbed the rebound, he's going to put it back up, so 2 free throws for Kemba.
Number 14, running Price. It's his second personal foul.
Little look away. Price forgets about him. Kemba says, I'm going to rebound this ball, go back to the line.
For your Hornets, it's Kemba Walker.
Slow start. Who else but Kemba Walker and Nick to get the team on the right track?
They've got a combined 21 points. Backcourt of Kemba Walker and Nick Batum, 21 of the 25 points. And remember, those two, they didn't make a three-pointer combined in the loss against Atlanta. They were 0 for 11 from behind the arc, so they had something to prove, and they have done it so far early in the first quarter against Phoenix. 14 for Kemba, 8 for Nick. Good win. Pressing, playing keep away up high. Toledovich. You mentioned it, Del. In a zone in recent games.
He's the only guy that really you have to run at. It's on the floor right now in screen roll.
Al fouled from behind. Really the only option for P.J. Tucker. 2 free throws for Big Al.
Tucker, that's his first. 5 team fouls for Phoenix. Hornets will shoot the penalty. Going to the line, shooting 2. Big Al.
6th game back for Al. Well, Papa John's sweating this one out. This maybe reached by the end of the third quarter. The day after the Hornets scored 95 or more points, receive half off the regular menu price of your entire order. Enter promo code Hornets95 to redeem.
We're pounding the dough right now.
28-point first quarter for the Hornets. Still 2.5 left to play in the quarter.
Hornets also making up for the free throw line woes they had in Atlanta. Missed a ton of free throws against the Hawks. Starting off perfect so far, 6 for 6.
Bill Pressey misses everything. Jeremy Lamb into the game. This is Jeremy Lin. And his last touch by the Hornets. But maybe it went off his son. Toledovich in transition.
2 minutes.
Kemba Walker, Marvin Williams, the only starters for the Hornets still in the game. Al Jefferson, Jeremy Lin, Jeremy Lamb rounding out the 5.
Tell you right now, everybody that gets in the game in white wants the basketball because you're going to get open looks. You got to do is move the ball, move your body.
Pressey over the front of the rim and in. And that's enough for a timeout to be called by Steve Clifford. One thing that Coach Clifford is always consistent about is defense. Defense was a big reason why the Hornets had a 7-3 February. Defense betraying the Hornets there on that drive to the rim by Pressey. Swarm 365 memberships for the 2016-17 season are available now. Come with playoff priority. In addition to great savings, Swarm 365 members enjoy exclusive benefits and a convenient payment plan. Visit Hornets.com now to learn more. Isn't it wonderful that we're even talking about things like playoff?
I know. It is nice, and it has lots to do with this young man right here. Kemba Walker leads the way for this team. He is a verbal leader, but also a physical leader. If they need a bucket, he knows how to find one, whether it's him taking the shot or finding an open teammate. He can turn the Jets on and beat anybody in the NBA with the basketball. His ball handling and his improved range on the three-point shot have made him nearly unguardable if he's having a good night. And he's having a good night so far.
Yeah. Look at his setup, though. He sees the spot that he wants to get to, and he sets the defense up perfectly to get to that spot every time, whether it's a drive or a screen roll. He is seeing the play develop before it happens.
He's worked so hard every single offseason to improve his game, and he never undersells the value of watching film. And when you see a player like him, especially at the point guard position, where you have to read what the defense does on a high screen and roll and measure all your options, that's where I think he's improved the most, in addition to the three-point range.
You talked about didn't have a good game in Atlanta, but a sign of a great player is one who doesn't have back-to-back bad games. Kemba already is out of that mode.
Al Jefferson gets the tap. He's got 4 points in 4 minutes. Shot was missed by Frank Kaminsky, rookie from Wisconsin, checking in. 10 second chance points already for the Hornets.
They had 14 in the last game versus these Suns. Already got 10, so they'll beat that.
First of a back-to-back. The Hornets have the Sixers in Philadelphia tomorrow night. Al working against John Lure. First time Lure's tried to check Al Jefferson. Shot's a little bit long. Catch and shoot. Quick trigger, Devin Booker.
3-point basket, Devin Booker.
And a rip away. That doesn't happen very often. Oh, Pressey missed the layup. He was between and betwixt. Didn't know if he was going to lay it up or dunk it. And he missed it. And Kaminsky makes him pay. Wow.
That's a 5-point turnaround. He missed the dunk, -2 for the Suns, and then +5 for Kaminsky.
Well, you got to lay that ball up. He had to wind up to think about dunking it. That means you got to lay it up. 15 games on the road, you got to get to 2 points.
Jeremy Lamb, the personal foul at half court.
Especially if you picked Kemba Walker's pocket, because that's not going to happen again.
You're right.
Bill Pressey didn't get his dad's height. His dad was a good 6'7". Bill Pressey just 5'11".
Foul time on is number 25, Al Jefferson.
Al Jefferson, personal foul number 1.
Second team foul for the Hornets in the last 2 minutes.
That means we'll have free throws for Devin Booker. Booker splitting 2 free throws earlier this quarter. Hornets going to have to hurry. Got it in the right man's hand. Kemba over to Jefferson, running the floor. It's been that type of quarter for the Hornets. Good win. A little bit short. First quarter in the books. 6 points for Al Jefferson. 14 points for Kemba Walker. 8 for Nick Batum. All the veterans helping the cause. Hornets with a comfortable working margin as we head to quarter number 2. Kemba Walker. 14 points in 12 minutes, and the Hornets feeling comfortable early. He's night Nickelodeon style, and they're looking for green slime everywhere. They didn't find it, but eventually they did. Hate to spoil the surprise. Tonight's first quarter stats presented by Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte.
You love what you see. Shooting 50% from the field, 3 for 4 from behind the arc.
Scored 35 points after a very sluggish start to that first quarter.
Hornets had a 21-2 run to take control of this game. Frank Kaminsky. Frank with 5 points off the bench. And the Hornets doubling their pleasure, up by 19. They haven't even played 13 minutes. Teletovic. Everyone overplaying, knowing that he's got that great three-point range, took it to the cup and scored. First couple of times down the floor, the Hornets had the dropsies. Turnovers were an issue. But now everything's going in. Frank Kaminsky is fouled.
Foul charge is on number 30, John Lewis. It's his first foul.
Oh my goodness.
First team foul.
Yeah, baby. Nailed him.
The green slime. Huge part of Nickelodeon in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering where that was going to come into play. I didn't think they would be brave enough to do it on the court, because that's a lot to clean up in a little bit of time, but I love the big sheet of slime.
I think those 4 people probably knew it was coming, but it was still kind of creepy.
Yeah. Producer keeps threatening slime in the booth. He's a wise man. I know his wife, so I know he knows better.
Hornets losing against Phoenix in Phoenix back in January, but it's a whole different team nowadays. Lynn finds Jefferson.
Got that wraparound pass by Jay Lynn. Big Al with the dunk.
Lure. Not only are the Suns missing shots, but it seems like they're really missing shots.
Yeah, they're taking quick shots, bad shots. They're really out of sync, have no flow offensively.
Everything but down for Jeremy Lamb. Goodwin. Finger roll over the front of the iron.
Archie Goodwin.
At the beginning of the season, the Suns thought they were going to be building a team around Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Knight, TJ Warren, a big part of what they were doing, Markieff Morris. Now all 4 not in uniform, and a new head coach, Earl Watson. He took over for Jeff Hornacek. A year ago this time, Earl Watson was an assistant with the Austin Spurs of the D-League. His life has radically changed in 12 months.
Climbing the ladder quick.
Well, you know I did it, right? It's elementary. Goodwin can't make it 2 in a row. Rebounded by Lure. Miletovich, your 3-pointer. Second time he's hit a triple.
Might have been elementary, getting to the head job. Trying to figure out how to get wins for his team is like rocket science.
The tomb comes up empty. And Watson lost the first 9 games as the head coach before finally winning the most recent game against Memphis back on Saturday. Jeremy Lamb continues a nice little stretch for him. He played well in his hometown of Atlanta on Sunday.
You know, it's hard sometimes to get your rhythm against bad teams, especially after you've been on the road for so long. You want to come back and play well. You have to just fight through your mistakes, continue to play well, move the basketball, knock down shots.
Timeout on the floor. Miletovich at the free throw line when we return. It's good to see Al back, and Frisky too. Al's got 8 points in 10 minutes. Hornets up big.
Charlotte Hornets basketball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer and by Charlotte Comfort Systems.
Welcome back, everyone. Time Warner Cable Arena. It's the place to be in Uptown. Take a look at our fans of the game presented by Roll Oral and Facial Surgery. Folks just happy to be amongst each other again here.
Well, it's been a long time since there's been a home game, and there's one special fan of the game, Ron Rivera, head coach of the Carolina Panthers, reigning coach of the year in the NFL, and his lovely wife, Stephanie.
The other Stephanie Reddy, coach of the year in the NFL, Ron Rivera.
Yes. Stephanie is the basketball brains of that couple. Coach Rivera readily admits that she's the one that knows the X's and O's. She used to coach basketball at the professional level in the WNBA, and she loves the game, and he's a very good man to listen to his wife. And she's smart. She puts them things in football terms to help him understand the game of basketball.
Did you see when I drew that circle? The telestrator is green for slime.
I did notice that.
And Stephanie has a golf game too.
Oh.
Yeah. Ron plays, Stephanie really plays.
That time of year again, mid-70s. It has just been gorgeous.
Yeah, you can tell my allergies love it.
Jeremy Lamb.
Oh, look at that.
This layup falls to the left hand.
Knock down a jumper. You don't settle. Get to the hoop. Score with the left hand. How many layups has Charlotte had in this first half?
Well, they've got 12 points in the paint. Really, everything's working. Oh no, I'm looking at an old stat sheet. That's now 22 points in the paint. My goodness. Again, Lamb getting wherever he wants to go on the floor. Misses the shot, but Cody Zeller taps it through. Offensive rebound lure. And a foul from behind. Jeremy Lamb with the foul, so lure goes to the free throw line. Second foul on Jeremy Lamb.
The second team on the Hornets. At the line, shooting John. Substitution for the Suns returning, B.J. Tucker.
B.J. Tucker comes back in, native of Raleigh. Hornets have 47 points here with over 7 minutes to play in our first half. And on the first night of a back-to-back, with the second game being on the road, you'd think it would make a lot of sense to get out to an early lead and then be able to rest some of your starters in the second half. Jeremy Lin is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul.
You're right, though, Eric. I like the way you're thinking. I mean, you want to be in a position where you get to rest your key players down the stretch of any game, but certainly on the first night of a back-to-back.
Jeremy Lin gets it to go. Well, Jeremy Lin's former team, Houston Rockets, going to make their only visit to Buzz City on Saturday, March 12th. And the first 7,500 fans in attendance will receive a free Jeremy Lin bobblehead. Visit Hornets.com or call 704-HORNETS for your tickets now.
We have not seen the spiked hair in quite some time, Jeremy Lin.
Does he take requests?
Only from one person.
John Jenkins, it's a long two-pointer.
Just ran out a little product. Slick it back.
Is that special order product, do you think? Because it is really working.
Zeller quickly passes out of a double team. Lin was hoping for the foul call, didn't get it. Does stay with the Hornets, and only 3.4 left to shoot. Oh, the homage. Tip of the cap to Jeremy Lin. Similar hair to what we saw earlier this season.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Jeremy Lin, beautiful inbounds play. Scores off the find from Batum.
Those paint points. 26-12.
Alex Len is fouled.
Foul charge on number 44, Frank Kaminsky. That's his second personal foul. 13
2 fouls in his 8 minutes on the floor for Frank Kaminsky.
For your Hornets. Going to the line for Phoenix, shooting 2, Alex Len.
Len now in his 3rd year out of Maryland. Still just 22 years of age. And getting extended playing time, trying to figure out what they have. 22 points, 16 rebounds Saturday against Memphis. Goodwin goes to the bench.
His first year for Lin where he really hadn't been injured. Healthy. He'll finally get a good look and see what kind of player he's going to have in the future.
I'm told that growing up in the Ukraine, he was a gymnast, an accomplished gymnast.
Well, he must have had one heck of a growth spurt.
Suns have the basketball, but they're down by 18. Bad pass Lynn had it for a moment, got whacked in the head, no whistle. It stays with Phoenix. Sometimes it's hard being Jeremy Lin. He gets pounded on. 5:51 remaining in our first half. It's been all Hornets from Time Warner Cable Arena. Hornets had themselves a lead of 51-33. Is the score. The Hornets on top of the Suns. Halfway through our second quarter. Fox Sports Supports congratulates Girls on the Run for 20 years of encouraging girls to activate their limitless potential and boldly pursue their dreams. Visit foxsportssupports.com to learn more. Something that we all agree with. Courtney Lee called for the personal foul, trying to stay with John Jenkins. 14 seconds to shoot for Phoenix. Jenkins, another long two-pointer. This time he misses. Zeller the rebound. Marvin. Marvin's only attempted one shot in his 11 minutes on the floor. Teletovic, 13 points for Teletovic. Leads the Suns by a large margin. He came off the bench.
Yeah, 4 of 8, 3 of 6 from deep. He's got free range.
Kemba. Normally that falls. He was wide open.
Shot that a little quick. He was so open. I thought he could have really lined the seams up and got a good look.
Marvin pestering Teletovic, makes him give it up. Price. Batum the rebound, wants to run. Marvin.
Just like Kemba, I think Marvin could have taken a little more time as well. Sometimes you feel like you're in a rhythm, and if you take your time, really slow down, it'll throw you off.
Reach-in foul called on Marvin Williams. First foul on Marvin. Marvin already with career highs in rebounds, 3 points made, block shots. This is just the 59th game of the season.
I love all those numbers. I mean, at his position, to be able to shoot the three ball as well as he does is a tremendous asset for this team. But the rebounding and the shot blocking, those are attributes that will help you win games, especially when you get to the playoffs.
And really coming into training camp, not knowing whether he was going to start or come off the bench, but was fine either way. Worked his tail off in the offseason. Boy, he hit that starting lineup. There's no turning back.
Only Hornet to be in every single game played this year. Nick Batum off the window. He's now at double figures. Nick and Kemba combining for 24 points. Teletovic, off-balance shot.
Close out there by Kemba to run Teletovic off the three-point line.
Batum, 2 in a row. Hornets have made 5 out of 8 three-pointers. They've got 56 points, 3.5 minutes remaining in our first half. Another timeout on the floor. Nothing stopping the Hornets here this first half. A little bit of everything. Got a lot of paint points. Now the three ball's starting to fall.
Nashville Hot Shot Chart is brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Take a look at what your Hornets have done. 28 points in the paint, 21 made field goals. You can see they're spreading the wealth, but look what they're doing inside the paint. Moving without the basketball, finding players rolling to the basket, getting the rebound with the tip dunk. Al Jefferson rolling and finishing and finding contact and still playing through it. Your Hornets have finished at the rim and in the paint every way possible.
Hornets have a lead of 19 points. 3.5 remaining in the second quarter. Devin Booker back on the floor. Rookie from Kentucky. Misses the layup. Tucker, the long offensive rebound. Second violation.
Second violation, Phoenix.
Tyson Chandler in the paint too long.
Love the way Charlotte continues to be aggressive defensively, even though they have a big lead. Busted up that after timeout play. Earl Watson denied layups, got deflections, and ultimately got a turnover.
Marvin. Another three-pointer for big Marvin Williams. He's already over 100 three-pointers on the season. That one is 104th.
Good Cody working the post. Front lid, Marvin gets help on the backside.
Ronnie Price. Ronnie Price, probably the only basketball player you know who went to Utah Valley.
It's the only one I know.
Not exactly Kentucky.
Signed with this team last year on a 10-day contract. And stick around this year. There's Courtney Lee. Welcome to Time Warner Cable Arena.
His first two here at home as a Charlotte Hornet.
Cody sets up. Just a little brush screen. Booker did a good job of getting over it, but by that time, Courtney was already a step ahead. He got caught.
Dell, when do you think Courtney Lee is going to feel totally comfortable in what the Hornets are doing on both sides of the
Probably next week when you get some of these home games in where he's able to get some practice, find a place to stay. Guy gets traded. I mean, his life really gets turned upside down, especially when Courtney Lee did not expect it. So he's got to find a place to live, get comfortable here in the city, get used to uptown. And usually when you have off the floor, off the court life settled, you play much better as a player.
And Courtney Lee's only been in town for a couple of days. He thinks it's 75 degrees every single day. Yeah, we've talked about it before. One of the things that Courtney Lee has going for him is he's an 8-year vet, but he's been traded 5 times, Del. So this is not new for him, trying to relocate in the middle of the season and figure out a new offense and defensive scheme.
Yeah, it really wasn't. He said Memphis had told him he was not going to be traded. So what he did was a shop. East Coast or West Coast back to East Coast, but you're right. He has been traded, but when you think you're not, you settle in, and all of a sudden you get the phone call. You get rattled a little bit.
Inside outside action. This is Lee on cue. Jumper goes through. 5 points in the first half for Courtney Lee.
Pass up by Marvin after it got really dark around the rim. Pass, one bounce pass. Courtney stepped right into rhythm.
Phoenix Suns with just 1 win in the month of February. And the Hornets are doing a great job of not letting them get any confidence. Cody Zeller, another dunk. Give the assist to Nick Batum. 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting for Cody. Everyone who's played for the Hornets has scored. Here comes Nick. Woo! Look at that! Some old school George Garvin. Palming the basketball and flipping it through.
Read the play on the defensive end, stepped into the passing lane, and then a little one-hand flipper as Booker ran by.
That's the way guys finished back in the 70s. Alex Len surrounded and draws the foul.
Nickelodeon 90s. Niagara did that in the 90s as well. Look right there, no communication. Nick to Cody. He rises up before the defense gets there, throws it down with one hand. Look at Nick. Clyde hanging in the air, little Statue of Liberty. Roll it right over the front.
Oh, Michael Jordan. Talking about the 90s. No one dominated the 90s the way he did.
Yeah.
And the 80s.
Just not getting any kind of slime near that coat.
No.
Yeah, it looks suede.
difference between the game clock and the shot clock is about 8-9 seconds. It's been close to perfect in terms of the play for the Hornets here in the first half. Phoenix still with time. In case you're wondering, the record here in the season for points in the first half is 71. That high was set on the floor against Portland earlier in the year. But the Hornets are happy with the number they put up. 68 points will do them just fine. 68-42. The Hornets up big at the break. Let's check in with Stephanie, standing by with Kemba Walker.
Thank you so much, Eric. Kemba, this is a completely looking different team than the team we saw in Atlanta. What did you guys do differently to get started?
We got rest. That was the difference. We're pretty well rested. Got a chance to get a day off and just kind of regroup. And it just feels good to be back home. Our home fans giving us great energy, and we're just trying to feed off them.
Something else that's different is also the last time you played this Phoenix Suns team. Your team is completely different, not just personnel-wise, but the way and the comfort that you all have with each other. How is that going to help you down the stretch of the season?
It's going to help a lot. We got to be locked into what we have to do. These guys do this early on in the season. But, I think we're definitely a better team now, and, we're just trying to play harder and harder. That's what we're doing, and it's helping us a lot.
All right, thanks for stopping. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Guys.
Thank you, Stephanie. Every single Hornet that played in the first half scored. All 9 not only scored, but had at least 4 points. It was a smorgasbord of points for the Hornets. They've got a big-time lead at the break. 68-42 is our score. Is correct. The Hornets with a huge lead, up by 26 on Phoenix. Moments ago, Stephanie caught up with assistant coach Steve Hetzel.
Thank you so much, Eric. Coach, this game is completely different than the last time your team was on the floor against the Hawks. What has changed?
Well, I think we're happy to be home. We had a long road trip. Been on the road since before All-Star break. And I think our focus and energy is there. We see what's in front of us as far as the playoff picture, and everybody's locked into what we got to do.
This team looks really good when they're playing the right way. Your team does, the Hornets. What do you want to see in the second half?
More of the same, more ball movement. We had high assists in the first half. Our defense is locked into the game plan. Everybody's covering for each other. We got to get on the boards, take away their transition, and pay attention to where Teletovich is.
Typical coaching staff for the Hornets, seeking perfection. You're up by double digits, and you have a long laundry list of things to improve upon. Thanks for stopping, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
Guys, take it back.
One of the great young minds in the NBA, Steve Hetzel. Good start offensively for the Hornets. Cody Zeller, a dunk and he's fouled. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Hornets with 71 points. Last time out against Atlanta, they had 76 the entire game. Tyson Chandler, 2 more for the veteran. Courtney Lee lost it off his right knee. Guys, with Courtney Lee, where do you see him making the most impact for Steve Clifford? Is it going to be on the offensive side or the defensive side?
I think he's going to have to do both. At that 2-guard spot, you're going to guard some really offensive, physically explosive guys on a nightly basis, so you have to be locked in there. And then you have to hit your open shots, and the ball's going to move. The ball's going to find the open guy, and if you're open, you got to knock those shots down.
I agree. I think he's got to make an impact on both sides, but if I had to pick one, I'd say defensively, only because this team does have so much firepower. I think he's definitely going to have to pull his weight, as you mentioned, Del. When the ball swings and he's open, he's got to shoot it and knock it down. But I think his presence is demanded on the defensive side.
See if the Hornets can get a stop here. Phoenix has scored now on all 4 possessions to begin the second half.
That was good defense right there by Courtney Lee. Just good shooter and Booker.
Kemba takes it to the big and draws the foul. Kemba had 14 points in the first half, all of them coming in the first quarter, giving the Hornets momentum. Hornets at 1 point leading by as much as 27.
It's a great pass, though, on that give and go, because Kemba's going full speed. It's got to be a quick pass to get in there in time so he doesn't have to stop his pace.
And if you looked at the newspaper this morning, looked at the standings, the Hornets, because of tiebreakers in the sub, they would be in the 6th spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs if the postseason started today. Obviously, a lot of basketball remaining. The Hornets are playing well, and they had tiebreakers because they've won the season series against both Chicago and Indiana.
So we'd be heading to Beantown. The Celtics.
Head-to-head records against these teams that are on the bubble, talking about playoff activity. Hawks, Bulls, Pacers, Pistons, and Wizards. You got to keep track of what's going on in the season series with those teams.
Hornets sitting in a great position with the game left. They could secure against the Wizards. 2 games left against the Pistons. They only have to win 1 of those. They're really in the driver's seat. They can control their own destiny, and that's a wonderful place to be this time of year.
Kemba splashes the 3-pointer. 5 quick second-half points for Kemba Walker. He's got 19 in total tonight.
This is a great time of year. Spring training has started. It's almost March Madness. And Masters right around the corner. For the Charlotte Hornets, you've got 2 dozen games left, and you can play well and then watch the scoreboard to see where you are heading into postseason.
Who does more scoreboard watching, players or coaches?
That's a good question.
Wow, that is a very good question.
I think I'm going to say that they both equally look at it, but I think the coaches look at it longer each day because they're doing more analysis.
Exactly.
They're looking at schedules of themselves, schedules of their opponents, who has the tiebreakers besides themselves. I think they're really breaking it down. Players are just kind of looking at the 1 through 8 and how many games back.
Players will look at it following day, make sure they know where they're at, where the teams are ahead of them. The coaches, they'll look at it for half a day.
Yeah. Yes, I totally agree.
This includes tonight, 24 games remaining, and you would think it'd be favorable towards the Hornets. 15 of the 24 games against teams below 500, and more home games than road games.
In a really good position, and truthfully, I mean, we put the standings up earlier. Yes, they're in 6, which is great, but they're only 2.5 games out of the 4th spot, which would be home court in the first round.
Shot clock violation. Hornets basketball. Take a look at the standings coming into tonight's play. Look at that, between Atlanta all the way down to Washington. It's a separation of just 3.5 games between what would be the 5 seed and the 10 seed. And if you add in Miami as well, my goodness.
Atlanta is out west for 5 games.
Offensive foul on Courtney Lee. Atlanta's got Golden State tonight, out in Oakland.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, but that's, again, what we were talking about. When you look at the standings, you're looking at your opponents in the conference and who they're playing coming up and how that could potentially affect your positioning.
Bill, do you have any intel? I know that Hornets fans really want your son Steph to play tonight against Atlanta. I'd like it if Atlanta lost. Do you have any intel? I know he's a little banged up right now.
Yeah, I think he's going to be out. But you know what? I didn't even call him, because I know he's going to tell me I'm all right.
They have not lost at home.
Yeah, I just saw it on Bleacher Report. He's out. How's that? I'm getting news about my son like everybody else.
Ball loose, picked up by Booker, who's driven to the floor by Cody Zeller. Cody didn't mean to, just couldn't stop that. 245 pounds.
Going for that loose ball. Courtney Lee hit the deck, did the right thing, tried to keep the ball alive, and you're right, Cody Zeller was just going full speed.
Rookie Booker is learning quickly. See how he threw his body right in front of Cody and then flailed out like he got run over by a truck.
The old linebacker, Ron Rivera. And that's why I used to do it, back playing for the Bears. Booker, contested 3. Offensive rebound, Tucker. Tyson Chandler somehow got that tap to go. He's made all 3 of his shots. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. In the history of the NBA, only Artis Gilmore has a higher career field goal percentage than Tyson Chandler.
I can tell you this, Artis Gilmore had a lot more plays run for him than Tyson. Tyson is an offensive rebounder, defender. He's been doing that for a lot of years, cleaning up his teammates' misses.
Shot clock violation.
I wish Nick Batum would have shot that. I appreciate his unselfishness and looking for his teammates, but he was at the rim. And as you can see, it resulted in a shot clock violation. Sometimes you got to look to shoot the ball.
Continuing with the thought about Tyson Chandler, if he gets 6 rebounds tonight, he only got 2, but if he gets 6, he will tie Larry Bird on the all-time list for rebound. It's only the 51st spot, but anytime you're in the same category as Larry Bird, you'll take it. Kemba Walker running the break, get the assist to Cody Zeller. Normally it's the other way around.
Okay, Mr. Trivia, Eric Collins, I got a question for you.
Uh-oh, I'm ready.
What college did Artis Gilmore attend?
Jacksonville.
Oh, too easy.
He actually went to Gardner-Webb Junior College first and then went to Jacksonville.
Stop it.
And Jacksonville has actually got to be the most obscure team to ever make a Final Four.
Now you're just showing.
Wilson ass.
Late in his career, when Artis Gilmore had some creaky bones, they called him Arthritis Gilmore. Tyson Chandler still has not missed the shot. He's 4 for 4. This time he's fouled, and will shoot a free throw when we return. Nice little fast break. How about the 7-footer, Cody Zeller? Out with all the little guys. Cody, middle of the floor like you're taught. Gets it to a guard. Hornets up big. Now time for the Metro PCS Unlimited Performance. These are the 3 upcoming games on the schedule for the Hornets. Tomorrow in Philadelphia against the Sixers, who continue to struggle, such a young team. And then on Friday, the Pacers roll into town. The Hornets have already beat them twice in Indianapolis this year. And then a Saturday and Sunday off. How rare is that in the NBA? Followed by a Monday game here at home against the Timberwolves.
Very rare to have a weekend off at this time of the year. The Hornets players will enjoy it. Incentive to play well tomorrow and Friday. See if Coach will give them a little bit of love. Give them off Saturday. Might practice on Sunday before they lace them back up on Monday.
In Tyson Chandler's career, there's only a 5% difference between his free throw percentage and his field goal percentage. Great shooter from the field, dunks and layups, not a great free throw shooter. This game has been all Hornets since the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. 3-on-2. Kemba Walker, 3 more points. 24 now.
Well, with 4 starters on the floor, the ball's going to move and guys are going to take shots, make shots, because they know that as this third quarter winds down, this could be all we see of the starters tonight, especially with the back-to-back tomorrow. I was talking to some executives from Phoenix before the game. They said do not sleep on the Philadelphia 76ers. They've lost twice to them. Phoenix has lost twice.
Well, I mean, I appreciate their concern, but they've only won 5 games in their last 36.
I didn't want to tell them that.
Al Jefferson. First game here at home since coming back from the knee surgery. Al's in double figures with 10. Hornets has a team shooting 50%, 31 out of 61 from the field, while holding the Suns to just 32% shooting. Big Al. Combination of Batum Walker and Jefferson with 51 points for the Hornets. That three almost scoring as much as Phoenix is as a team. Courtney Lee.
Beautiful basketball right there.
Had scored a three. They're going to take a longer look during the commercial timeout. Was his foot on the line?
Kemba Walker, he knows what he's doing. Courtney Lee has great offensive potential, but hasn't really had a chance to get things going. First home game for Lee. Kemba Walker finds him in transition, allows him to have an open jump shot and see the twine jump.
Hornets basketball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Double Jack Burger today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Mazda. Driving matters. Hornets enjoying the way the month of March is getting underway. Commanding 88-54 lead on Phoenix, 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Your Hornets going to be in action on Friday, March 4th, a couple of days' time, hosting Paul George and the Pacers at 7 o'clock. In addition to the matchup, the first 50,000 fans, 5,000 fans in attendance will receive a free Hugo hat presented by Novant Health. Visit Hornets.com or call 704-HORNETS for tickets.
I think you're going to be about 3 weeks late for that hat.
Yeah, hopefully we won't need that hat again until next January.
I can't wait, though. I'm getting mine.
It is pretty cool, though, isn't it?
It is awesome.
Take it on the road with us.
Yeah,
Go to Detroit, Toronto, Milwaukee, back to Brooklyn.
Indiana lost a tough one last night. They were playing in Cleveland, had a lead late, ended up losing it, which was good for the Hornets. Obviously, the Hornets right there along that same tier with Indiana. A rare bit of good news in Cleveland. There's some turmoil going on. Trying to feed it into Jefferson. Al, he's got 6 third-quarter points.
Turmoil has followed the Cleveland Cavaliers all year long.
Devin Booker slides it across.
Devin Booker.
You know
I
what's
get the sense in Cleveland, they were playing okay, but because San Antonio and Golden State have been so dominant all season long, people are kind of looking for warts, and now all of a sudden there's infighting in Cleveland. Ugh, it's a bad deal. Al Jefferson, 2 more, and he's fouled.
Look at this pass by Kemba Walker. I mean, on the money. Look at that, Al. Big guy, never brings it down. A little tap foul by Tucker. Kemba Walker is on his way to a double-double. 24, he's got 9 assists.
At the line, one shot, big guy.
Best offensive game for Al Jefferson since coming back from knee surgery. He's got 9 points in the quarter. He's got 17 points total. Give him another rebound.
Two minutes remaining in the quarter.
Devin Booker survives the contact and scores. Fouled by Jeremy Lin.
Foul charging on Hornets number 7, Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul.
So they've got to be ecstatic what they see in Booker. He's not just a shooter, as you saw right there. Put it on the floor, draw the contact. Averaging double figures. Looks like he can still be in junior high.
He does. Speaking of that, head coach Earl Watson looks awfully young, too.
Earl Watson was able to give a first-hand scouting report to his team about Marvin Williams and Al Jefferson. He was a playing teammate with Al and Marvin in Utah a couple of years ago. Al getting deep post position. This time it doesn't fall. Pressey lost the basketball. Again, the commitment to get it to Al. Didn't see Goodwin coming along the baseline. It'll stay with the Hornets.
Foul time to the Suns, 20 on Goodwin. That's his third personal foul. First and last
3 fouls on Goodwin.
For Phoenix, it's Hornets ball.
Three seconds to shoot. Kemba. Everything falling for the Hornets tonight. Kemba heard someone on the bench say 3 seconds, fired it up, and it falls.
And pizza.
John Lure gets 2 back. Final minute to play of the third quarter, and the Hornets already with 95 points. Lamb.
Great look by Al Jefferson, though. That skip pass out of the post.
Poked away. Hornets still looking to run. Lamb kept waiting for the defense to come check him. Never happened.
Why not? Little buddy basketball. Lamb to Marvin. Marvin drives back to Lamb. Warm-up shot.
8 points for Jeremy Lamb. Suns in no hurry. Taking a bunch of punches. Hornets can get another one off. They can get to the century mark before the fourth quarter. Al. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play. The beat continues. A 30-point third quarter for the Hornets. Their lead is now 37. Just an incredible performance by the Hornets. First game back in this building in 22 days. And they're thrilled to be here at the Hive. Fourth quarter here at the Hive. Here's our game summary presented by Mazda.
Kemba Walker with a bounce-back game extraordinaire. 26 points and 9 assists, nearly a double-double. Jefferson looking great, playing himself back into game shape with 17 points. And guys, that third quarter, the conversion rate was 82%, 9 assists on 11 made field goals.
I love it.
Quick with the math.
Hornets have 5 subs in the game to begin this fourth quarter. Troy Daniels, his first playing time in a while. Teletovic. Teletovic really has been the main cog of the offense. He's got 17. 17 minutes off the bench. Jeremy Lamb is pushed, he scores, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Foul charge to the Suns, number 1, Devin Booker. That's his third personal foul. And the first Phoenix team foul.
Look at the ball movement. Lamb with a look away, and that was flip shot off the wrong leg. Softened it up with the backboard.
Hornets playing with Lamb, Lynn, Kaminsky, Daniels, and Jefferson. The game tomorrow in Philadelphia, this is a huge bonus for Steve Clifford and his staff, getting a chance to rest the starters.
You heard Kemba Walker at halftime when I asked him the difference between this game and the Atlanta game. He said rest. So it's paramount, especially this time of the year.
Jeremy Lin fouled in the act of shooting. So Kemba Walker more than likely going to finish with 26 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. He was 3 out of 5 shooting 3-pointers, 5 for 5 at the free throw line. And that massive smile after the final 12 minutes sitting on the bench.
That is a tremendous line for 3 quarters of basketball.
Really only did 2 quarters. 14
Good
of his
point.
26 in the first quarter. Rest of them in the third.
Kemba had just 9 points in the loss on Sunday against Atlanta. Nick Batum had only 2. So Batum and Walker combining for 11. Tonight they combined for 41.
That's what I'm talking about.
Big Frank Kaminsky. with the Hornets.
Phoenix has no idea where the basketball is and who to guard.
Guys, difficult question. Don't know if there is an answer, but Dale, did you ever play with anyone who was really good in kind of the garbage time with the game was 30 games plus or minus, or did you play with anyone who was really bad and didn't like to play when this was this style of basketball?
It's hard sometimes to play in garbage time. Everybody's trying to get their numbers. Get a lot of one-on-one basketball, a lot of bad shots. But specifically, no.
Out of bounds, Phoenix ball.
And sometimes in baseball, you got a big old lead and you bring in a relief pitcher and they're not used to pitching in non-stressful situations, and all of a sudden their ERA balloons.
Out of bounds, still Phoenix
The
ball.
Hornets are charging forward. Remember back in December, they reached their high water mark for the season. They were 6 games over 500 on December 11th. And they lost it all. They had a couple of tough road trips. They had injuries, Al Jefferson out, Nick Batum out, trying to just grind through. But a win tonight is going to get the Hornets back to 3 games over. You got a game against Philadelphia, and then you got a whole bunch of home games in the coming weeks.
Okay, Frank.
Frank Kaminsky to Jeremy Lamb.
Frank the Tank initiating the break. The lob. I like it.
Good win. Hornets season high in points, 130. Did it on this floor. First couple of weeks of the season, November 3rd against the Bulls.
Speaking of the Bulls, if you're scoreboard watching, Bulls are in Miami, so somebody's going to lose a game. Right now, it is Miami by 3 at halftime.
Yeah, this is the fun part because there are certain games when it doesn't matter who wins when you're not in that game. For example, what you just talked about. Hornets are watching both of those opponents. They both need to lose to help us out, so that's a win-win.
Derrick Rose is back with Chicago after missing the last 3 of the hamstring. It was a high-scoring game, and there is Troy Daniels. How many times have we seen it?
Number 30 in a Hornets uniform always looks good shooting a 3 ball. Troy Daniels on the season shooting well over 50% on his 3-pointers. He's now 37 for 72. Incredible. Pretty incredible here, a 7-foot rookie, Frank Kaminsky. A perfect alley-oop to Jeremy Lamb.
The Live Mass Hysteria moment presented by Taco Bell. Right here, the impact, while not intentional, there was a certain fan sitting courtside that certainly appreciated the contact. Panthers head coach and NFL Coach of the Year, Ron Rivera, loving it.
Yeah, he'd say, Cody, they're playing a little tight end? Huh? A run block there?
Substitutions for your Hornets.
Luke Kuechly loved it. Any form of contact.
Tyler Hansbrough and wearing 12, Jorge Gutierrez.
Now we got subs now for both sides. New Hornets on the floor, Tyler Hansbrough, and the newest Hornet, Jorge Gutierrez. He just was made a happy man earlier today. Another 10-day contract. He joined the team. First game he played was in Brooklyn. Did real well. 4 minutes off the bench, 4 points, 2 assists. That's the only game he's gotten into. Steve Clifford was raving about Jorge earlier this morning at shoot-around, saying he understands how to play the game, how we want to do things here. He's already become a very good practice player, and he's an asset to the organization. If you didn't hear the story before, he is of Mexican descent. He was born in Chihuahua, Mexico. Before high school, his family decided that it was best for him to play high school basketball in the States, so he went to Denver, Colorado, played a couple of seasons of basketball there before finishing up in Las Vegas at Finley Prep, then went on to play college basketball in the Pac-12 at Cal Berkeley, where he was Pac-12 Player of the Year in his senior year.
Did it on both ends.
Troy Daniels. Always. This kid has just got a pure stroke.
3 from Jorge.
Troy Daniels has now made 38 out of 73 three-pointers.
Foul charge on is number 9, Aaron Harrison. That's
A lot of guys can't do that in an empty gym. He does it in NBA games.
Shooting 2 for Phoenix, Alex Lynn.
Dell, we're going to go into history books. We're going to put your feet to the fire. Since the Hornets have so many points with only 7 minutes remaining, we're going to talk about some of the all-time highest scoring games in Hornets history. You're involved.
Yeah.
I want to test your recollection. The Hornets' high watermark for points in a game, 141, happened early in the season, November of 1993. Did it against the Lakers. You had 17 points. Who would you guess was the leading scorer for the Hornets in that game?
93?
Yep.
Leading score? You sound like that's...
Don't outthink yourself.
Okay.
Aaron Harrison. Another offensive rebound. Give me a chance to think about it.
Larry Johnson?
Yes. Larry Johnson had 28. Alonzo Mourning had 22. You had 17. Van tries to set the record for points with 141 against the Lakers.
From the Suns, out of bounds. Hornets basketball.
41 points. That's getting buckets.
Yes, it was. Troy Daniels is actually shooting better from behind the arc than he is inside the arc. Higher percentage on three-pointers than two-pointers.
Inside the arc, you're shooting over much taller guys, defenders all around you. Behind the arc, he's got clear daylight and a quick trigger.
I think my favorite moment this season was orchestrated by Troy Daniels. His game-winning three in double overtime out in Sacramento.
One shot, please.
We always talk about staying ready off the bench and finding your rhythm. Troy Daniels, his minutes have been so sporadic in recent weeks. That makes his job even more difficult.
It's all about the routine if you're not a guy that gets consistent minutes. Troy Daniels has a good routine. He's played well, shot the ball well, and he continues to do that.
Tyler offensive rebound.
Hornets ball.
Mentioned that Jorge Gutierrez, a well-received practice player with the Hornets. Tyler Hansbrough has been a great practice player his first season here in Charlotte. He's always had that wonderful motor.
Oh!
Block shot. Daniels, Johnny on the spot. Gonna give himself a three. Rare miss from behind the arc for Troy. And we've got a foul called on Kaminsky. 5:22 remaining. How high can the Hornets go? Hornets on top. They've got 115 points. Lead is 39.
Hornets are on top of the Phoenix Suns here at Time Warner Cable Arena. Let's take a look at tonight's defensive play of the game, brought to you by CPI Security. Nick Batum shoots the gap. That's a little pick by Nick and a roll. Nick, a marvelous game. 31 minutes, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. And that's stealing.
I like that pick by Nick on Nick Knight.
Oh, yeah. I love the music that's been played all night long.
Yeah, me too.
.5:22 remaining. After the game, it's off to Philadelphia. Hornets their first trip to the city of brotherly love to take on the Sixers. It's been more of the same with Philadelphia. They started off poorly. Haven't really improved much. They have just 8 wins on the season. Stay tuned for tonight's Hornets Live postgame show presented by your local town and country Toyota. We'll try and find a fly in the ointment. Try and figure out if anything went wrong tonight. Anything that can be improved on for tomorrow. So hear from head coach Steve Clifford. Hornets shooting 50% as a team and holding the Suns to just 32% shooting. John Jenkins, former Vanderbilt Commodore.
Started the year with Dallas. Finishing with Phoenix is John Jenkins.
He was known as an elite shooter during his 3 years in the SEC.
Look at that shot.
Jenkins, 2 more.
Whiplash to the head, trying to draw the foul. You're going to have to get blood to get a foul called at this stage of the game.
Gutierrez goes the foul and he scores.
Unless you do that, get hit across the bridge of the nose. He's checking for blood. Screen roll, wide open, and Tyson Chandler late on that block shot. The bench, look at it, standing up, loving and supporting the 5 guys in the game right now.
He's not missed a shot in a Hornets uniform. 3 for 3 from the field. Making 2 for 2 from the field and 3 for 3 at the free throw line.
Come on, he's got a big head already.
It's all hair. This is a unique experience for Jorge Gutierrez. He had spent parts of 2 seasons in the NBA before, but the only head coach he'd ever known, Jason Kidd. Aaron Harrison, pass off the mark. He played for Jason Kidd in Brooklyn with the Nets. And then when Jason Kidd went to Milwaukee, Jason Kidd brought him to the Bucks organization.
That's your alumni association working for you.
They're both Cal Bears. Stephanie, you figured out the reason.
He's doing it the legal way, too.
That's right.
No compliance needed.
Big Frank, tons of time. It's going to happen a lot when you give him that much time to line it up.
Yeah. Him and Marvin had a shot just like that. First half in the corner. He shot it right in rhythm quickly. Frank, the rookie, takes his time and says, I'm going to make sure I knock this one down.
John Jenkins has 8 points.
Frank set the pick and roll, create space, hold the follow through. So did everybody see that? Mom and Dad?
Oh, they definitely saw. They don't miss a game. Pizza party's
parents
fine.
after the game in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
They made the drive down from Chicago to Indy.
Dad told me they have a pizza party every time. It's probably winding down. Yeah, 3 minutes left.
All right, Eric. Largest margin of victory ever for a Charlotte team.
47 points.
I'll tell you when we come back.
That's a tease if I ever heard one. Jorge Gutierrez. First time here on the Time Warner Cable Arena floors of Hornet, showing off. Stay tuned for tonight's Hornets Live postgame show presented by your local town and country Toyota. We'll have a bunch to talk about.
Largest margin of victory in the franchise history, 52 points.
I said 47.
Versus the opponent that we have tomorrow, February 1992, 136 to 84.
That's a good guess, though. 47 points. Del Curry, you were the leader.
What?
22 points.
Really?
Del Curry.
Again.
About that.
Was it all in the fourth quarter, or was it actually during the meaningful
Come
moments?
on, man. I sat in the fourth.
Oh, I know that's right.
Alex Len gets to go. You can tell where these two teams are. Hornets haven't played a starter since the fourth quarter began, while the Suns just trying to figure out what kind of team they have and who's on their roster. They've got 4 starters on the floor right now. Aaron Harrison going to go to the free throw line. Tyson Chandler, a 15-year pro, still on the floor. P.J. Tucker, who's been around the block, 5 seasons out of Texas, still on the floor. Ronnie Price, 11th-year pro, still playing.
And they got 23 games left. I mean, they have a lot of basketball left to play. They've got to find some way to win some games, get some confidence, especially with the young guys that they're playing. You don't want to develop bad habits.
Aaron Harrison splits the 2 free throws.
And you have Earl Watson, who definitely wants to be a coach, head coach in this league. He's being evaluated as well.
John Jenkins, he thinks he's back in Nashville playing for Vanderbilt again.
Contract to number 14, Ronnie Price. This is 5 personal fouls on Price.
Bonus situation, so 2 free throws for Gutierrez.
Going to the line for the Hornets, shooting 2.
Well, he's never missed a shot in a Hornets uniform. Absolutely perfect. Four for 4 from the free throw line, 2 for 2 from the field. Perfection continues. Yeah. Fun to watch guys get a chance at this level. Alex Len.
2 points.
Now tied with Teletovic for the scoring leaders for Phoenix, 17 apiece.
Seems like a long time ago, but at the beginning of the game, the Hornets had a hard time handling the basketball. They had 3 turnovers in the first minute and a half. Seems like a long time ago. They only have 12 total turnovers as we're almost at the game's final minute.
Just needed to settle down, start the game probably a little amped up, being at home, and knowing you want to get off to a good start against a poor team, rushing themselves maybe a little bit.
I think it was a smart move by Steve Clifford. After playing on Sunday and knowing you have a back-to-back today and tomorrow with a game on the road, he let the team have yesterday off. So no practice yesterday. There was a shoot-around this morning. This time of year, it's all about managing legs and minds and keeping people fresh.
Yeah, I think it was more of a mental thing. Obviously, you want to get them off their legs, but you want everybody focused on what they need to do against this team. And he has a mature basketball team. A lot of coaches could not afford to let their team off and be away from the gym knowing you got to play the next day.
I'm not sure that we've seen Steve Clifford sit down in today's game.
He's a coach that demands attention, respect from his players, and supposed to be visible to him. Another coach that doesn't sit down.
No. I always wondered, you got baseball managers, they put on the uniform. Would it look different if you had Steve Clifford put on a uniform or Ron Rivera put on a uniform?
Ron gets to dress a little more casual than NBA coaches. Smith probably wouldn't mind that at all. He's quick to rip that tie off as soon as the buzzer sounds.
Final minute of the game. Hornets going to get to 31 and 28. This is going to be their 20th home win of the season. They'll through 29 home games, 20 and 9. And yeah, the owner always like it when you can win here at Time Warner Cable Arena.
Yeah, and that 20 wins tonight will surpass all of the home wins of last year. They had 19.
And we may have seen the game's final shot. Shot clock's off. Hornets can just dribble it out. Congratulations to your Hornets. After a long road trip, 6 consecutive games on the road, a return visit to Time Warner Cable Arena ends in a victory. Michael Jordan knows he's got a good thing on his hands. The Hornets playing wonderful basketball in recent weeks. Stephanie Reddy standing by with our Sprite play of the game. Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Eric. Al, this is the first time I think ever that I've interviewed you when you did not need a towel because you've been on the bench so long resting because the score differential was great. What was this game like for you guys tonight?
It was a game for us to come out and just have to make a point early. You know, right now we're in a position that we got to win the game we're supposed to win. You know, and tonight we're on our home floor. It seems like it's been forever since we played here, especially for me. So we want to come out and just take care of the game early.
You shot better than 50% from the field this evening. I know you're still playing your way into game shape, but you looked like the old Al tonight. How did it feel?
It felt good. It felt real good, actually. You know, I just got to build off of it now. You know, my knees, some will be good days and bad days, but you know that's the whole process you got to go through when you have surgery. But you know, I just got to stay on top of it and just keep building my confidence up and get ready for this late run.
All right, I'm going to let you go. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Stephanie. Al Jefferson, a huge part of the party. All 11 Hornets that dressed scored, including 4 of them in double figures. The Hornets win a laugher. 126 points they put up. What a wonderful victory on a Tuesday night here in Charlotte.